Hey, it's Tobias here, and in this video I want to give you some updates on Original Minds, the collective and the community that I'm building. And yeah, I'm just so super excited about it, and I wanted to share the progress. I like documenting what I do, and also if you're somebody who is interested in being part of this, then you should definitely hit the links below and let me know. So what is Original Minds? Well, I call it a creative business collective, and what I really mean by that is it is a collective. It's also a community, like a mastermind with other benefits, and it's a growth accelerator all in one. I'm calling it a collective, and it is for entrepreneurs, for owners and leaders in the creative industries. Now, that's mostly going to be agencies, creative consultancies, creative individuals. Like, it's also open to people who run their own business. You know, we're just wanting to connect originally thinking, creative, visionary people who want to use creativity to change the world for the better. I mean, that sounds kind of lofty, but that's really what it's about, right? Like, what could happen if we all come together and share our ideas rather than holding them back? If we collaborate with people from other sides of the world, or in your same city, somebody who's doing something slightly different than you, or maybe doing the same thing as you are. But when we bring people together, there is like a third mind or the nth mind that emerges when we share, when we connect, when we feel this belonging. And there are so many other benefits which I want to talk about here. So right now, as I'm recording this, which is early June 2025, and by the way, if you have seen me talk about this before, I did launch Original Minds already in May 2024. I did a cohort mostly with solopreneurs, and now I'm relaunching Original Minds with some changes. And one of the most notable changes is we're bringing in owners of agencies. We're also open to other companies in creative industries, from media to studios and other companies that can fit the bigger picture of creative businesses. What is a creative business? I think it's a business that is using creativity as its main source for value creation. So it's about originality, it's about innovation, it's about differentiation, etc. Mostly that means branding, marketing, innovation, strategy, communications, and so forth. So what we're doing right now is I'm bringing in agency owners across the world, people who are representing a region or a niche, or you could call it a vertical, and connecting them. So there are a few different things that we're doing. So first of all, these companies right now are a little bit random in terms of where they're from. So we have the West Coast of the US, and we have the Midwest represented, and we have, right now we don't have the East Coast as I'm speaking. We might have Toronto, might have an agency in New York, by the way. We have parts of Europe covered, and so we're kind of a global collective from the start, and we're all the way to Greece, actually. So that's a pretty broad spectrum, and we're going to be growing every week. And so the cool thing is, like, once we get more and more owners to come together, we're forming these mastermind groups of around 10 people, where if you're one of them, you'll be part of a group where you work with people who are kind of in a similar space, or maybe a little bit ahead of you. And let's say you want to transform your company, you want to grow it, you want to get support. Like, who's better equipped to help you and understand you as an entrepreneur, as a lonely entrepreneur, mind you, than somebody else who's going through a similar experience, or it's just somebody who's already done what you're trying to achieve. So yes, I work with agency owners, I work with solopreneurs, I've been doing that for a long time. I'm an agency owner of 13 plus years, so I definitely do some coaching and training, which is another part of being part of the collective. So the first one is like you're in this mastermind group with peer, you could call that peer mentoring. The other aspect is a growth accelerator. So I'm doing these weekly calls with training, with coaching, giving you tools, etc. And some people want to, join for that, and maybe others don't. and that's fine. It's the peer mentorship, it's growth acceleration. And the third part is we are building a brand out of Original Minds that all the members can leverage. Now, from the conversations that I've had with owners this week, we had some really good, fruitful conversations, and we were getting some new members. This seems to be really an important part. So let's say if you're a small agency owner and you are pitching against the big ones, the networks, typically you're seen as small and maybe vulnerable in the eyes of the client. So what you can do is you can gang up with other members. You can essentially co-pitch, you could bring in resources, or you can just show some muscle and say, hey, we're actually a network, that works with all these and these and these brands around the world. Like I could basically already, after only a few weeks and less than 10 members as I'm recording this, we're already a network of agencies that are worked with HBO and Netflix and Nike and Caterpillar and the Home Depot and all these amazing brands. So imagine just going to a client and pitching you, and you say, hey, I have all these experienced people that I can bring in to help on this project, or whatever it is you do. Cross-selling, co-pitching, leveraging each other's resources. We're building a network with a lot of freelancers and talent outside of agencies as well. So I just want to give you a little bit of an update, and this was definitely not planned and not very well structured. I just want to let you know what we're doing. I am building the network mostly around agency owners as my second priority. It's individual consultants, creatives, anyone who can support the agencies and vice versa. So if you'd like to be part of this, hit the links here below and we'll have a chat. I want to say this is not for everyone. It's a highly curated and vetted collective. Want to make sure that we show up as a strong brand, Original Minds, and that brand is largely built through its members. And so what I'm also doing right now is setting up all these media channels. We're gonna go back to doing podcasting, and we're gonna do profiles around our clients. One of the pain points that is coming up as I'm doing interviews with clients is that there's very little promotion going on, and we all know that agencies paradoxically aren't the best at promoting their own work, whether that's through PR or sharing their cases or doing content. So I'm listening, and I'm sort of trying to incorporate all these needs and wants into the proposition of Original Minds. Again, if you're interested, hit the links below and we'll talk. I have a good feeling about this. I've been dreaming about this for a long time, and I'm so glad it's finally happening. So I'd love to have you as part of it if you feel like it could be the right thing for you. Take care.